So welcome to another video of support for you guys and your coastal unit of work. Now, I've had a few emails regarding hold the line, advance the line, manage retreat, and what they actually all mean in principle. So I thought I'd go through them. Now, I've drawn a very crude diagram of a very basic coastline. We have got our cliff face or our coastline running down here in brown. We've got the ocean and we have got the land behind it. Now, I'm going to go through each one individually. Now, hold the line basically means that if you are looking at putting in coastal management strategies to protect the coastline, it could be a seawall, riprap, rock armour, gabions, groins, or including beach nourishments and other natural protection methods. Your aim is to hold the line. So your aim is to protect the line here where the coastline currently is. So that is hold the line. You are holding that line there. You are trying to reduce the rate of erosion. You're trying to reduce the impact of the ocean via erosion onto the land itself. And you are trying to hold that line specifically there. Now, it may be because you've got properties behind, or you've got some sort of tourist attraction, or because the land is extremely valuable and you've decided that it is worth holding. Now, number two, advance the line could be the fact that actually you decide to, not only you could decide to put coastal management strategies along the coastline itself, you could advance the line. So you could put coastal management strategies offshore. So it could be an offshore breakwater or man-made bar where it actually absorbs some of the wave's energy before they break on shore, therefore reducing the rate of erosion. So that's advance the line. You're technically moving your line forwards in order to protect the coastline. So you're advancing a line, a little bit like if you've ever studied history, where holding the line is holding your current position. Advancing the line will be that actually you're trying to move forward or invade enemy territory. Now, manage retreat. Manage retreat again does what it says, what it says on the tin, really, in terms of the fact that actually you're managing the moving back of your coastline. It may be the fact that actually you manage the rate of erosion. Now, you know that actually this area here is particularly susceptible to erosion, so you purposefully allow the coastline to erode this area, trying to protect other areas, and you have a managed retreat. This could be the fact that actually in certain areas they create a nature reserve behind with the salt water. You create a saltwater lagoon, and you may use it as a tourist attraction again. You may actually want to manage retreat because you want a natural lake behind which you can use for a range of sporting activities. But that is managed retreat, and that may be because actually land behind isn't particularly valuable. There's nothing there already that actually needs protecting, and you don't feel that actually spending what normally equates to multiple millions of pounds protecting this area is worth it. Or you may see the fact that actually protecting this area may have an impact either further down the coastline by putting groins, gabions, etc. in place. And the final one, really, really easy. Number 4 is do absolutely nothing. So this land may be pretty worthless. It may just be grassland, etc. No one lives within any significant distance. The coastline is eroding, but not at a significant rate. There's not really a major tourist attraction. There's nothing really happening there, and it's not worth the local government or the national government actually spending any money protecting it. And do nothing may seem silly, may seem actually it's not a management strategy, but doing nothing here may free up funds in order to build higher levels of protection further down the coastline. So doing nothing here may allow somewhere such as Swanage to get more rock armour or riprap or their groins repaired, rather than actually the money being spread thin. And you've got to remember, we are an island nation in the UK, and therefore we've got an awful lot of coastline to protect. So there has to be areas where we say, is it worth protecting? Number one, monetary-wise, socially-wise, economic-wise, we have to look at that. Number two, is it going to have that much of an impact? So you could put in coastal management strategies along the coastline, but actually, is it really going to have enough of an impact to justify the increased cost that you are going to be putting into this area? So I do hope that happens. And number one, hold the line. Holding the line in its current position. Number 2, advancing the line, building something offshore in order to reduce the wave energy. Number 3, manage retreat, where you manage where you would like the erosion to take place, or where actually you're going to allow the erosion to take place, normally in order to protect somewhere else downstream. And number 4 is do absolutely nothing. But then you will be looking at the social and economic impacts of that. And actually, if the social and economic impacts or environmental impacts as well aren't worth the building of coastal management strategies, then you're probably going to do nothing if you're in charge of the local council or national government. Okay.